If you thought things couldn't get any better for Pakistan in their current tour of in their current tour of Australia, well, think again. Already having lost 15 straight test matches down under, following the humiliating 360-run loss at Perth, Pakistan have now been added a double whammy. Yes, according to the latest ICC press release that has come out now, Pakistan have been docked 2 points because they were 2 overs behind when the calculations were done, and that is the reason why 2 points have been docked in the World Test Championship cycle for Pakistan, and that is why their percentage points has also taken a massive hit. From 66.67 now, it has fallen to 61.11 because of the 2 percentage points that have been deducted from Pakistan. They were 2 overs behind in Perth, and now heading into the next matches with them staring at potential defeats, it is not looking good for Pakistan on their current tour of Australia. Now, Pakistan have become the third team in this entire WTC cycle to be docked points because of a slow over rate. Australia and England are the other teams because they may have slugged it out 2-2 in the Ashes, but they are really struggling when it comes to the over rate. Australia were docked 10 points because of the slow over rate that they maintained at Old Trafford. But England have been docked 19 points because of the slow over rates that they had all across the tests in Headingley, at Manchester, and then at the Oval, and at Lords as well. So, 19 points England have been docked, 10 points Australia have been docked, and now 2 points Pakistan have been docked. No other team has been docked points in the World Test Championship because of a slow over rate. Because of this, according to the ICC playing conditions, players are also fined 50% of their match fee, and now because of this, 2 points have been knocked off. Now, what will happen in this World Test Championship final? Because if you look at the race already, it is a very premature race at this point in time. If you look at it, Pakistan, looking at the way how they are succeeding or kind of performing in Australia, they may not even make it to the World Test Championship final. Although it's early stage, we still have 1.5 years left. But already, if you look at it, Pakistan with 61.11, and then if they lose Melbourne and Sydney, they are also going to go down the drain when it goes to rankings as such. Now, what are the coming series that is there for all the teams that is involved in this? Pakistan have got a test series against the West Indies. They also have a test series against, you may say, England at home, but they also have an away series against South Africa. Australia, on the other hand, they'll be looking to make it final at home, 3 against Pakistan, 2 against the West Indies, 2 that they have against New Zealand. Now, their away series after this is against Sri Lanka. And then they conclude their home summer with a tour, with India coming here for 5 test matches. So, you're potentially looking at a repeat of the 2023 World Test Championship final yet again. Australia and India look to be the most competent of the lot who have come there. Now, England, on the other hand, they have got an Asian Odyssey coming up. 5 tests in India. Considering England's record at this point in time, it's not looking good for them. They also have 3 tests in Pakistan, which they can very well succeed. They then host the West Indies and Sri Lanka at home. So, that's how their home cycle is at this point in time. And then they'll end their cycle with 3 tests away to New Zealand. So, that's how the World Test Championship is shaping up at this point in time. Now, as I mentioned, third team after Australia and England to be docked points. If they lose Melbourne and Sydney, their percentage points is going to take a further hit. Teams like Australia, New Zealand and all will move up because they have the better percentage points. New Zealand, as I mentioned, they've got 2 tests against Australia coming up. First time Australia will be touring New Zealand after 8 years for a test series. So that's the way this current scene is. Bad news for Pakistan. Already, they have requested a sudden 2-day warm-up game in Victoria in order to prepare for the Boxing Day tests, December 22 and 23. Then they'll play the Boxing Day test on 26th, and then after that they'll play the New Year's test on 3rd and from 3 to 7. And there are some comments which are asking me, we have 1.5 years ahead to decide, it's too early. I guess, yes, Bharat Singh, it is too early, but at the infancy of this World Test Championship already, you're going to see so many teams suffer for the over rates that's there, and mostly the Sena countries or teams that are touring the Sena countries will suffer on those flat and pace-friendly wickets. You will see a lot of overs not being bowled. And if you look at it, Oz versus India, WTC final repeat, looks like it. India, so do you think England is beating India? No. England At this time, their overseas form is pretty poor, and beating India, who have not lost a series now for close to a decade, I don't see that happening. England beating them, so that's the situation there. There should be two-tier WTC. Park versus Oz, a lopsided contest. Agree, it is. Our Earth is saying, sportsman just said that our Earth is best. I can guarantee you, Australia making another final. They look like it. England have tough cycles. They didn't regain the Ashes. That's the reason why I don't see England doing any better at this point in time. Bharat Singh is saying India will win, but it will not be a clean sweep though. Yeah, I think it won't be a clean sweep. Mostly a 4-0. I look at it for India, but we don't know with England how they perform. Baseball can spectacularly explode, or it can spectacularly succeed in that sense. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. Bad news for Pakistan. Good news for India and the rest of the teams, though, as every team falls behind due to a slower rate. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.